Hi friends, we're live.
Yeah, hi.
I gotta make sure we can see this first. Okay, so I have one bar here at Camp for Heroes. Is there anybody out there that can tell me you can hear us and see us? Okay, well it says we're live, so we're just gonna keep going. So Michelle Ladd with nationalveteranresources.com, and RV Hero Gypsy is my YouTube channel, and I am live here with Jeremy from Mission 22. And so normally what I do before, as I get started, oh, and by the way guys, we're not going to comment unless somebody can, I don't know, can you see that, Jeremy?
No, my eyes are as bad as yours.
Okay, I see some people are coming on. I'm just saying that I only have one bar here at the campground, so I'm hoping that you guys can hear and see us, and we can't tell if you can or not because we're both blind. So normally what I do when I'm interviewing an organization is I sit and chat with them a little bit, find out a little bit more about them and how they got involved in the organization and what the organization is all about. And as you know, I have done some work with Mission 22, which is an incredible organization. And I've also been told today that from Tammy, thank you Tammy Naka, that today is Buddy Check Day. So what a better day to interview Jeremy from Mission 22. He's the state leader for North Carolina. And so I would like to introduce Jeremy, and you're going to hear an amazing accent as well.
Yeah, I'm English. I've been in the British Army, so veteran programs. My family's been veterans. I lost my grandfather in the Second World War, so my family's, there's a lot of veterans in my family. I'm one. I just happen to be here in the States, so I'm happy to help the veterans here of the United States.
How cool is that, you guys? British Army, and he's here helping American veterans, and I feel so honored to have him here with me today. So you were sharing with me a little bit about how you actually got into Mission 22 and anything that you would like to share.
Yeah, a few years ago I was helping out my local VFW club. We were building ramps for people where they couldn't get immediate help from the VA, so we were putting ramps and lifting decks up for people so they could have wheelchair access into their homes and things like that. And I did some fundraisers for the VFW club. When I moved down here to North Carolina, I was looking for another veteran organization to get involved in, and Mission 22 came along. There's certain things I loved about Mission 22, and one of the main things was the fact that 85% of their money that they raised went directly to veteran treatment programs, which is very important. And the way that Mission 22 do that is of our volunteers. It fluctuates, but we have around 1,300 volunteers for Mission 22 here in the United States. And we all try to bring awareness to the fact that we're losing 22 veterans a day to suicide, and also to raise funds to get these guys and girls in treatment programs.
And they're doing such an incredible job. There's so many programs that Mission 22 is involved in, and one of the things I was telling Jeremy today is how so many of these organizations are coming together and they use each other if they don't offer a specific service. So Mission 22, I understand, is mostly suicide prevention.
Yeah, we deal with mainly veterans that deal with traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress. They're the two main things. Also other things too. We also try to help the families out in different ways. We have various programs that we piggyback on programs. We use other treatment programs to help us out. We have a warrior integration program, we have hyperbaric chamber treatment program, a wellness program, And all these are fully funded by Mission 22, so there's no cost to the veterans.
No cost to the veterans, guys. So you told me a really great story about the barometric chamber. Would you like to hyperbaric chamber?
Yeah, the hyperbaric chamber treatment program we sponsor here in Fayetteville. Fayetteville's about an hour away from where we are right now. And that's one of the programs where I was lucky to have met two people that went to this program. I actually met more than that now, but when I first started, I met these two guys, and I saw the difference in those fellas, that the change in the guys from when they first went to that program to 8 weeks later when they got out of the program. Their whole lifestyle had changed, and I still keep in contact with one of our veterans down in Texas, and he is doing tremendous. He's holding down a job. He's got a girlfriend. He's got good relations with his family again. So there's a lot of things that I've seen firsthand how it's helped these guys, which is fantastic to be able to see how we save lives, and that's basically what we do. We save lives.
They save a lot of lives, and you told me, I had mentioned to Jeremy that both of my children, as you know, have served in the military, and my oldest son has now gone into a career as a firefighter. And as we're hearing every day, it's our veterans and our first responders, our police officers, our firefighters, our EMTs, our 911 dispatchers that are finding themselves in trouble. And so one of the things that we were talking about, I'm just a civilian, I'm not a counselor, I'm just sharing information, is that you should never let your friends be alone. If there's if you have any idea, check in. Let's do a buddy check. So many of you guys know how to reach me, and I was telling Jeremy that there's a lot of veterans out there and first responders that will actually reach out to me, and I can help you find the resources. I can listen. And as I'm traveling the country, I have a headset. I can talk. I will do everything I can to talk to you as well. But the fact that Jeremy volunteers his time, he said he's retired now, and we've both been sharing some of our health issues. For a civilian to give up his time to reach out to our veterans and first responders tirelessly. Most of you are volunteers, and most of these people in the organizations many of them are volunteers. And can you imagine working a full-time job and having a family and dedicating their lives to saving lives? It just tells me a lot about the people that are in these organizations.
This is a typical one. Last weekend we had a fundraiser at Raven Rock State Park in Lillington, and this run started at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'm obviously trying to get other people to help me, and to help with running our merchandise table and help with the run, etc. And I was there at 6:15 in the morning, and I wasn't the first one there. There was another one of my volunteers there, one of my ambassadors. And then within an hour, I had another 6 ambassadors show. So it was great to see those guys, freezing cold in the morning at 6 o'clock,
oh, wow,
to give up their weekend to come out and to bring awareness and to help raise money to put these guys in treatment programs. So our volunteers, our Mission 22 volunteers all around the country do a tremendous job. And it's just great to be. I'm proud of an organization that goes out their way. People go out their way to help and to make a difference.
Mission 22 volunteers and directors. anybody that's involved in Mission 22, as I'm traveling the country, I'm going to share with you the states that I'll be traveling through, and if I can get to you and interview you, anything else that you would like to share. I think that if we all pull our resources together and just keep sharing what we're doing,
it's important.
We were talking about that. Let's talk about how some people haven't even heard of Mission 22. What more can be done?
It's bringing awareness. When we first started Mission 22, we had an art project that we did in Nashville, Indiana, and it was a program to bring awareness to the issue of the 22 suicides. Further down the line, we built a memorial made out of 10-foot, 1-inch thick steel, with the silhouettes cut out of veterans that had committed suicide. And that memorial traveled from Banderas, Texas, and went up to Virginia, and now it's found a permanent home in Broken Arrow in Oklahoma.
Yes.
And it's a great monument, and it brings attention to the problem. And also with our volunteers that we've got around the country, we try to bring as much attention as we can to the problem. We have other people that do the same thing. We have Terry Sharp, he's the walking Marine. He walks from North Carolina to Washington, D.C. every year. He's a 66, I think he is now, Terry. Maybe older than that, I don't know. But, we have various veterans all over the country doing great things. We've had people, Corey Decker was one of our ambassadors. He rode a bicycle from California to Fayetteville a couple of years ago. And we have Terry Hancock, one of my ambassadors here in North Carolina. He did a trail run, a trail walk not so long ago. And there's various people around the country, and it's important to get those resources out. I was telling you about the Stephen Cohen Foundation here in Fayetteville, and there's other organizations that are great for doing what we do, and I think it's important that we share that information. I mean, sometimes it's hard to work together because of clashes, etc., but the more people around the country are aware of the problem, the more that we can do to stop it.
True. So I always ask this question, what is the greatest need right now? There's we can all help share. You guys, please share what I'm doing right now. Share this video to help Mission 22 as an example. Do you need more volunteers here in North Carolina? What would you like to say?
Yeah, I think if you're passionate about the veterans and veteran suicide problem that we have, and you want to get involved, there's all kinds of organizations. Mission 22 is one of them, and I guarantee Mission 22 is one of the best. We strive to bring awareness and get these veterans in these treatment programs, which eventually gets them away from the suicide and gets them a more functioning member of society. And I've seen how these programs work. So to get these programs up and running, there's obviously funds involved. So we've got to be continuously raising awareness, raising funds, so we can put these veterans in treatment programs. So if you want to get involved, Mission 22 is a good organization, and there's other organizations locally, whether it's your local VFW club or American Legion. There's lots of different organizations that do different things for veterans. We specifically deal with the suicide issue that our veterans are facing. So if you're passionate about it and want to get involved, go to mission22.com and click on the ambassador link and join up to be an ambassador. You've got to be passionate about it, though. It's something that you can't just say, oh, I'm doing it because I volunteer. You've got to want to be able to do it and want to get involved. And we have some great people up and down the country that do great things for Mission 22 and bring awareness. So the more awareness we can do to bring the problems that the veterans are facing today, then the better it is. So please get involved. Get involved the best way you can.
Thank you. losing my track here. Okay, so you guys know I'm in the RV and I have very little internet right now. I don't get a chance to listen to the news much, and if I'm using the internet, I'm running my company. Jeremy told me about the VA parking lot suicides, which is a story that has come out recently.
It was in the Washington Post, I think it was last week.
And I don't get a chance to really pay attention to the news much.
It was
Can you share that a little bit?
Yeah, it was bringing highlight to the fact that there's quite a few veterans that will actually get refused service or have a problem with the VA, and they become... They feel that there's no hope left, and before they leave the parking lot of the VA, they're committing suicide. And this is a big problem. It was highlighted by the Washington Post not so long ago. And so we've got to have our guys sick. If you know of a man that needs help and he's wanting to go get help,
or a woman.
Oh, woman, yeah. A veteran. Go with them. You know, go with them. Stay with them. Be their buddy. If they can't get the help there, back off. Go get a cup of coffee and find them help. Because there's help out there. There's help like Mission 22 straight away. And there's the Stephen Cohen Foundation in Fayetteville that has mental health counseling for free to veterans and their families. So there are organizations out there that can help and can help immediately, and obviously there's the Veteran Suicide Hotline that we can use in dire situations. But yeah, it's Buddy Check Day. Check on your buddies. Give them a call tonight when you get off work and say, "Hey, how you doing?" A few months ago, I was having a bad time. I have my problems like everyone else, and I was having a bad time, and Rick, a friend of mine, Enrique, he called me up, and Victor called me, and out of the blue, and they invited me for lunch. I went for lunch. My week was made, and it wasn't the fact that they'd give me free lunch. It was the fact that they took time out of their day to check on their own mate, and that's what it takes sometimes.
Can I share something with you guys? Many of you don't know this about me, but we all have our own issues and demons, and one of the reasons I'm so passionate is that I get migraines, and sometimes if you look at my YouTube channel, RV Hero Gypsy, I actually did a video one morning of me with a migraine. I've had these since I was 4 years old, and even I have wanted to give up because I can't deal with the pain, and it causes me depression because I just want to keep going and do more and more. So I actually had, I've been sharing a lot with you guys lately. I don't know if you can see this. I actually had I'll show you.
I can see it.
This is actually me with a migraine, and the words say never give up hope or faith. And I share that in my story with veterans and first responders all over the country when they reach out to me, or I'm doing a buddy check, and I'll take a photo or I'll do a video chat with them and tell them, please don't give up. I have not experienced anything like you men and women have. And I was just telling you that there's millions of people that are worse off than me, but quite honestly, that's where some of my passion comes from.
And when it comes to suicide, I've lost 3 family members to suicide: my dad, my brother, and my wife over the years. And when the victims of suicide are the people that leave the left behind, and as I always say, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Tomorrow is another day. It may seem overwhelming today, but guys, tomorrow, the kids are going to be smiling tomorrow. The bills are going to be paid tomorrow. We've always got to move forward. And I know for some it's really difficult. And for me, for many, many years, I suffered a lot with post-traumatic stress. And for me, my outlet was riding motorcycles, for having that camaraderie with other guys around, and to actually do something that, that's out of the realm a little bit, going hunting, camping, fishing, something to take your mind off your situation, is always great therapy. So get involved, don't isolate yourselves, make the most of what you got, because tomorrow is going to be better. That's the way I look at life.
Please. So one of the things I love that I'm doing is I'm so passionate about these organizations. I'm still at Camp for Heroes in Fairmont, North Carolina, and this is the coolest thing ever. I was traveling back to Georgia and from New York, and Richard contacted me and said, you need to stop at Camp for Heroes. And so he made that happen. And as I'm traveling here, I must have said I was going to Camp for Heroes, and Jeremy's in North Carolina and contacted me and wanted to come here. So here we are at Camp for Heroes, which, by the way, I don't know if you can hear the roosters right now, but it's an incredible place for veterans and first responders that are suffering to come and get some peace and quiet. I want to just quickly tell you, there are 3 trailers here. There's several cabins. It's over 180 acres of beautiful country, peace and quiet. The lake is beautiful, so please contact Woody if you are interested in coming. But here we are at Camp for Heroes, this incredible place to be. And thank you, Woody, and all of your team and all the people that have helped here create this amazing thing. He has so many more plans of what's to happen. But I have Jeremy in the RV at Camp for Heroes talking about Mission 22. So it's about all of us coming together. It doesn't matter what organization you're with. It's not a competition. It's all about helping as many veterans and first responders that we can help.
Yeah, this facility is all over the country, and there's 2 or 3 various facilities here in North Carolina. And I, as an ambassador of Mission 22, I like to know what's around in my area. And I heard about these guys last year, and I've always wanted to come down and check it out, and this was my perfect opportunity. And obviously I will be reporting back to Sarah at Mission 22 and see if the facilities down here is something that we can use with our programs from Mission 22.
He told me that. I didn't even know that. So I'm going to go see if I can find Woody. And Woody's a really busy guy. But if he's busy, I'm going to take Jeremy around and I'm going to show him what is here. The horses are really cool. I get to feed them and brush them. And it's very therapeutic even for me. So I haven't been very motivated to get back to Georgia yet. But you're all following me. I thank you so much. The next couple months, I'm going to be traveling, I believe, all the way to at least Arizona. That trip will start in about another month or so. So, anything else that you would like to share?
No, just I can hook you up on the way. There's lots of ambassadors along the way that I'm sure will help you out.
I could use some driveways.
Quest. There you go.
I'm so tired of these Walmart parking lots. Yeah, so I will, I'll let you guys know. I really need my route, whatever the route is, if it's not too far off the route, it's helpful. Right. But if I could get some driveways or American Legion parking lots or anything like that, it's a lot safer for me. Maybe if I could hook into electric once in a while, get a little water once in a while, I wouldn't be roughing it so much. But I thank you for your tireless...
I thank you for your help with bringing the veteran resources to the forefront. There's lots of resources out there that they're available, and we need... I would love a national database for veteran resources, because I think that would be fantastic.
Well, I'm trying. NationalVeteranResources.com is the website that I built to share all of these videos and to share. I have Mission 22 on NationalVeteranResources.com. So you just click on their logo, and it takes you right to their website. And so every organization that I am doing these interviews with and traveling around the country to meet, I'm putting them up on this website. So I've traveled 29,000 miles. I hope to travel 29,000 miles more just to share what organizations like yours are doing.
That's awesome.
So
well,
thank you so much. All right, guys. I think I've taken enough of your time. Please share. Please share is all I can ask you to do. God bless.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. See if I can turn this off because I can